AJ Styles and the OC were out for a promo. Undertaker, he said, has twice stolen moments from him. He remembers seeing Undertaker losing to Roman Reigns in Orlando at WrestleMania 33 and leaving his gloves and his coat and his hat in the ring and then vanishing as if he was done, as if he was finished. He said he probably should have been done when Brock Lesnar ended the streak, but whatever. He said in Orlando it was a beautiful moment, but then Undertaker had to come back and ruin that beautiful moment. He says if this were 10 or 15 years ago, he might be worried about calling out The Undertaker, but now he's just a broken down old man named Mark Calaway. He said Undertaker should have retired 10 years ago. He wasn't sure why he kept coming back, but he's got an idea. He says it was Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool. He revealed that the two of them are married, for the 7 people who didn't realize that Undertaker and Michelle McCool are husband and wife. Said that she's playing him like a fiddle. Says Michelle is the most conniving person he's ever met. See, I think AJ is just bitter. She's just bitter that Michelle stole his move all of those years ago. She took the Styles Clash. She called it the Faith Breaker. You know, she's a woman of faith, hence the Faith Breaker. But AJ never forgot that. He said that he would make sure The Undertaker, in his words, dies in the ring at WrestleMania. I wonder if he just sort of ad-libbed that and then quickly realized, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. He said he's going to take The Undertaker's soul and do exactly what his wife wants him to do. Undertaker has lost his pride, he has lost his dignity, he has lost his mystique, and he's going to literally put the nail in The Undertaker's coffin at WrestleMania. AJ Styles turned into a podcaster. He turned into a YouTuber here on Monday Night Raw, making a lot of the same points that people like me have made about The Undertaker and the loss of the mystique and how he should have retired years ago. So it was interesting that they took that approach. I thought, look, the crowd really wasn't reacting to this promo. Now, if you were in the building in DC, then tell me differently, but I'm just telling you how it came across on TV. The big high points of the promo, it didn't seem like the crowd was reacting the way that I would have expected them to. But I thought AJ did a hell of a job with this. I thought it was a really good promo. I like the fact that they're taking a bit of a different approach with this. My hope, I can't say my expectation, but my hope is that if they do move ahead and we get the contract signing segment on TV tomorrow night from the PC, that we don't get Dead Man Undertaker. Or at least if he comes out as the Dead Man, he takes a different approach in terms of how he cuts his promo and how he speaks, and he's more human. Yeah, if they're going to do Raw tomorrow from the PC with no crowd and a short aisleway, I don't see the need for Undertaker to come out and do his whole Dead Man entrance. I think if ever there was a week for the Undertaker to show up in jeans and a shirt, his hair done back in a ponytail, pair of sunglasses, to come out as Mark Calaway, this is it. And there are precedents for this before. We've seen this on television before over the years. Undertaker has done this before while he was the Dead Man. He did it back in 97 and 98 a few times. You know, where he came out, it was almost like a work shoot on Vince McMahon or whoever it was at the time. Kane and Paul Bearer, he came out. Actually, I think what happened is, if I remember the story, I think his luggage was lost. Because there was an episode of Raw back in 98 where he may have been coming out to address the whole Paul Bearer-Kane situation, back in the summer of 98. And he came out, and I think he had like a denim shirt, and he had jeans. He just looked like Mark Calaway. But I think the reason for that was, I think his luggage got lost. But he looked pretty badass. It's 2020. We understand he's not a dead man. He's not an undead zombie. We've seen him in documentaries. Look, we saw him on the WWE Network just a few weeks ago as Mark Calaway, sitting there like a normal human being, telling stories to Stone Cold Steve Austin. If AJ Styles is going to go on TV and call out Mark Calaway and talk about how he's married to Michelle McCool, he can't be coming out as Dead Man Undertaker on Monday night. He can't be coming out and talking about, ripping holes and taking souls and sticking things up holes or whatever it is that he does. He's got to come out as, in his human form and confront AJ Styles. Now, is that as the American badass? I don't expect him to ride a motorcycle down to the ring at the Performance Center, if that's what you're thinking. Doesn't have to be the American Badass. He's got to come out and be Mark Calaway. AJ Styles called out Mark Calaway. That's who he called out. I'm going to be very disappointed if he comes out as anything but Mark Calaway. But I like this. I like what they did with this.